Hey everyone, I'm Carissa Wiley at sprinkledwithglitter.com. Welcome to my craft room and welcome to this very special video. I shared a Concord and 9th release walkthrough a few months back and you all seem to really enjoy all the inspiration. So I'm going to do that with Concord and 9th's new February 2025 release. It's available today. I have included product links in the description below, so if you're looking for something in particular, be sure you check there. We're going to walk through the 6 new bundles, stamps, stencils, dies, and embossing folders that are available, and I'm going to show you the cards that I created with each one of those. So let's go ahead and go down to the desktop and let's get started. So this is a look at the brand new Along the Path bundle. This has a stamp set, die set, and coordinating embossing folder. And these products, of course, are available as a bundle, but they're also available individually. And I love bundles like this because you can mix and match and use them in different ways. Also, excuse my hair today. I just got it done and I'm feeling like a little Jessica Rabbit here. My bangs keep coming in my eyes. But this is great because it creates kind of a scene card and there's all the elements that you need for that scene. Now it kind of all bases or jumps off of this die set here. You can see this large path here. And there's also some legs and some different attire for these people who are walking along this path to where you can create a graduate, a bride, a groom, or you can just create everyday people. I love the fact that they've included a dog and then several floral elements to kind of decorate the scenery around it. Now, in addition to that, there is an embossing folder that adds some detail to the card background, and you'll see this here in a moment in action. And it just kind of creates some raised dimension on various areas of the card. So on the outskirts or on the grassy part, you'll have the grass embossing, and then along the path, you have the cobblestone, which I think is really fun. In addition, there is also this stamp set, and the cool thing about this stamp set is that all of these sentiments here, these larger ones, are designed to fit along that path so you can stamp them out. So a lot of ways to use this and a lot of occasions that you can use this bundle for, but I wanted to show you what I created. So this first card features the stamps, the embossing folder, and the dies, and it's all put together in the scenery, kind of the intended way to use this set here. You can see I've stamped my greeting along that path. I've done the embossing with the embossing folder, and then I've used the coordinating stamps to kind of stamp over that raised part to give it a little more shading and shadow. You can see I've die cut several of the floral elements to put on the outside in that grassy area. And then I have my bride and groom, of course. And this is really kind of the intended way to use this bundle. But I thought it would be fun to kind of create a little more simplistic card and show you another way to use this bundle. So I've created a graduation card. All of these are elements found within the Along the Path bundle. So you can see I've created my graduate that includes the graduation cap or mortarboard along with the diploma here, and I have the gown, which is included in the portions of the die set so that you can create that. And I've stamped the word congrats from the Along the Path stamp set in 3 different colors. This is Tidepool, Midnight, and Blueberry here. And so that is kind of a quick look at the Along the Path bundle here. A lot of different occasions that you can use this for throughout the year. So next up is the Grocery Greetings bundle. And of course, again, we have a nice large die set along with the stamp set that helps kind of bring in some details and bring in some sentiments for your large die cut items. You're going to see these larger dies actually layer together to create a grocery bag. You have a soup can here. This can create a present when you add the bows, and there's a few different bows here. There's also these floral stems and some floral elements where you can create a bouquet of flowers. There's a wine, champagne, or sparkling cider bottle here. And then also my favorite part is the cheese. So that's a lot of fun. And then of course, you can see that this stamp is actually designed to go with the hot water bottle that's included in the die set. So it just gives it a little bit of detail and kind of brings that die cut to life. And then you have the wine, soup, and tea labels here, as well as some various sentiments that are designed to fit on the grocery bag. So let's have a look at a couple of cards that I created featuring the grocery greetings stamps and dies. This is the first card that I created. You can see I created my grocery bag out of some wheat colored cardstock from Concord and 9th. I've included a floral bouquet, a soup can here with that little raised heart, as well as the hot water bottle. And I've stamped the Feel Better Soon directly onto the grocery bag. Then I have my little tea jar here, as well as another bundle of flowers. And I've added a lot of dimension onto this card, as well as included some metallic elements to kind of bring that to life. Now I thought it would be fun to create another card that kind of takes that grocery bag and tries to make it as realistic as possible. So what I've done here is I've layered some vellum over the white cardstock that I die cut my grocery bag from, and I've stamped directly onto that vellum using some sorbet ink. And then I've stuffed my bag with a few different items like that little jar, a present, some floral elements, a sparkling cider bottle, and then of course another gift back here. And I just thought that was a really fun way to kind of bring this grocery bag to life. So that is the grocery greetings bundle from Concord and 9th. Now next up is a sentiment die set, and if you know Concord and 9th, they make some fabulous sentiment dies. This includes hello and thanks, and that is the name of this die set. I love that there are shadow layers included with this set, as well as the word dies. And these, of course, are nice large elements that can make focal points on your card. Now, a die set like this is perfect for a shaker card, a window card, or just adding a large element onto your card. And I think that this thanks is so much fun to really create a colorful greeting on your card front, which is what I've done with this first card. So this first card you're gonna notice is a little bit smaller than an A2 size card. This measures 5.5 inches by 3.5 inches. And you can see how well that thanks really fits on this size card. I have, of course, die cut it from several colors of cardstock. And for my shadow layer, it's kind of hard to see in the video, but I have this vellum layer die cut here. And I've popped all of that up and layered up some of those die cuts to really give this some weight on the front of my card. I've also used a Concord and 9th cover die to add some stitch stripes to my background. And this is an ivory cardstock along with that Concord and 9th champagne cardstock that I love so much. I've also included a little heart on the front, which I coated with some Stickles glitter glue, and I added a layer of glossy accents over the front. Such a fun and colorful card. But now I'm going to show you something that's a little more masculine, and I really love the way that this card turned out. So I have the hello greeting here. You can see I've stacked it up a couple of times. I've added a layer of the champagne cardstock on top. I've also die cut that shadow layer from Tidepool, Blueberry, and Midnight cardstock and kind of staggered those as I've layered them up. Now this hello greeting is actually from the new Kitchen Essentials die set, which is a part of this brand new release, and I have a little heart there as well. And this diamond detail is also a part of that Kitchen Essentials die set. Now I've used an oldie but goodie hexagon pattern here, cover die from Concord and 9th to add a little bit of pattern to the bottom of that. And this is honeycomb cardstock, and I just thought the combination of this blue and yellow is really beautiful. So that's a look at the brand new hello and thanks die set from Concord and 9th. So now we're moving on to the kitchen classics, and I think I just called this the Kitchen Essentials. It's Kitchen Classics. And it includes a stamp and coordinating die set. And this is all like the stacking bowls that are in your kitchen, all of the little casserole containers. It's so much fun to kind of mix and match. And in addition to just your bowls and your containers along with the lids, all of these lids fit any of these smaller containers. You have some designs here so you can die cut some elements. You saw me use this on the previous card that I just showed you, that little diamond detail, but there's also floral, scallop, and another kind of Nordic floral design that you can die cut these elements and place them either on your bowls or on your card, however you want to use it. Now the stamp set adds to this die set by kind of giving you some detail layers. So some designs that you can stamp on your little stacking bowls as well as the little containers. And then there's also some really fun greetings that are a little bit kitschy. So like, no one stacks up to you. I can hardly contain my excitement. For those of you who love to take meals to people or get involved in meal trains, we do a lot of those at our church. This would be a fun little card to kind of include with a meal that you drop off for someone who's just had a baby or had surgery or is just a little under the weather and needed a little pick-me-up. I think this is so much fun. Now, I'm not a great baker, but this makes me kind of wish I was. So I did cook up a few cards or a couple of cards using this new Kitchen Classic set. You can see I have my little stacking bowls here, which I think are so much fun in various colors. I've used the stamp set to add some details to each of these bowls. And then of course I white heat embossed my sentiment on a strip of cardstock as well that says no one stacks up to you. And I've die cut that hello greeting that's included in the die set and added that to my stack of bowls as well. It has a couple of layers there, so it has a lot of dimension. This plaid stamp is actually from a previously released Concord 9th stamp set. It's like the little pie themed one, and I'll link that in the YouTube description below as well, because I think it's a nice complement for this Kitchen Classic set. Now, I also wanted to create an adorable card featuring the little containers. So you can see I have 3 of like the little casserole containers here. We have a little potluck going on. And I have die cut all of the lids from the champagne gold, or not champagne gold, the champagne cardstock from Concord 9th, which I think gives this some nice shine. And then I just added that I can hardly contain myself or my excitement, can hardly contain my excitement greeting there on the bottom. That is stamped in some blueberry cardstock, and this scallop piece is a part of the triple step happy stamp set and die set, which I'm going to show you a little bit later on in this video. So I had a lot of fun creating with this bundle, and now we can move on to our next bundle. So this is the Sweet Stems bundle, and it's kind of all centered around this large cover die. But don't worry, there's more ways to use it than just die cut inlay, because while some of us really love die cut inlay, some of us find it a little tedious and a little tricky. So there's a few ways to use this, and I can't wait to show you how all of the dies and the stencils and the stamp set work together to give you various looks on your card projects. So in addition to the entire cover plate, you also get a couple of sentiment banners here, the individual floral pieces that you can die cut, as well as this large greeting, which is this Hey Friend from the stamp set. You also have the It's a Good Day to Have a Good Day or Friend Like You. All of those are really fun to stamp onto these sentiment strips, which I'll show you here in just a bit. But in addition to the cover die as well as the stamp set, there's also a stencil set. Now this is a 4-piece stencil set, and it's going to color in this entire background. So you can actually color in this background and use just the outline from the cover plate to create some really fun cards. So if die cut inlay is not your thing, or you don't want to die cut this several times, you can pick up the stencil pack and add some color to this. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So this first card here, I have created using the stencil set. So I've stenciled this entire background. So all of the color that you see on this background, that's all stenciled. But this white area here, this outline, I've actually die cut that using the Sweet Stems cover plate and just laid that right over the top of my stenciled panel. Then I did a little ombre stamping for my Hey Friend greeting that is featuring Tidepool and blueberry inks. And then I created a shadow layer using some honeycomb cardstock to kind of set that off of the background. And I've also die cut one of the single florals and kind of stacked that up and added it alongside of that greeting. So this is a fun way to use it with the stencils and the die and the stamp together. But I've also created a die cut inlay card. So if you're a fan of die cut inlay, you can just simply grab the die and create this look here where all of these pieces are inlaid into that background. So I've die cut that little border piece from some white cardstock, and then I've die cut this cover die again out of honeycomb, sorbet, and Tidepool cardstock, and just kind of puzzle piece them all in on the background. That was a lot of fun. And of course I've combined it with the hello and thanks die set, as well as this hello from the Kitchen Classic set. So that's another way to use it as well, just as a die with some inlay. Now, One fun way to use this is to create some colorful sentiment strips like I've done here. It says, "It's a good day to have a good day." I've die cut those from sorbet, honeycomb, tidepool, and blueberry cardstocks and then stamped using that coordinating stamp set. And then I've just die cut the outline and used it as a graphic layer on this card front to create a few different looks featuring this new Sweet Stems bundle. I love how these turned out. I love all the colors on these cards, and they're just so great to mix and match. Now, the last bundle I have to share with you is the Triple Step Happy Day bundle. This includes a large stamp set. This is 6x8 and a coordinating die set, which has some great essential dies in it. So this stamp set is kind of triple step stamping. It's not kind of triple step stamping. It is taking us back to our double and triple step stamping roots here. You have 3 large stamps here that combine together to create your greeting. So you can see you'll stamp them in whatever colors you want, 2, 3 colors if you want there, and they will all combine together to create that "Oh Happy Day" sentiment on your card. But you can also add a little sub greeting, or you can add some details to the letters with the included stamps. So they're kind of shaped like the letters to give those a little bit of texture. And then of course, if you wanted to stamp one of the floral elements on its own, you can do that as well. There's even a little detail piece for the rainbow, which is I think a really fun element to add. Now, when you combine it with the die set, you have this die here, this one here, which actually will cut out that happy word once you've stamped it. There's also this large scalloped piece, which is perfect for an A2 size card, and it's a great kind of staple to have in your collection. You can use it for a variety of types of cards, and then also that scripty happy word as well. And I think this scallop element is really fun, and you'll see on one of my cards that I've used that as a repeated element. Now you also have the dies to die cut some hearts, as well as some of the floral elements that are included in the stamp set. So when you combine these two together, you can come up with a lot of different ideas and designs. So the first card that I created is kind of a mini shaped card, and I've used this scallop element to create my card base. And then I've stamped that "Oh Happy Day" onto the front of my card, and I've combined it with that scripty happy over the top, adding a little dimension to it, as well as an embossed birthday greeting. I've also die cut some of the hearts and this floral element here and popped them up on the card to give it a little bit more detail. And then of course I have my scallop element here at the bottom where I've added some foam adhesive behind that and kind of given it some dimension. So you can see I've combined several elements from this bundle to create this adorable shaped mini card. But if you want to just stamp this and die cut that happy word, this is a fun way to use this as well. So I've stamped the "Oh Happy Day" and I've just simply die cut the happy word using the coordinating die from the die set. Then I overlaid that scripty happy over the top again, and you can see I've die cut a few of these scalloped elements to add on the bottom, and I put those onto my card using some foam adhesive. And then I just combined some other sentiments from the stamp set, the "So Very" and "For You," so that it says "So Very Happy for You." So this is just a fun little way to use this triple step stamp set from Concord and 9th. It kind of takes you back to all those stamping days where a lot of us started, and I think it's a fun way to get back to our stamping roots. So here's a look at all the cards that I created using this brand new Concord and 9th February 2025 release. This is such a happy set of cards. I kind of surprised myself a little bit by all the blues that I brought into this and the yellows, but I'm absolutely loving these products and creating with them. Let me know in the comments below which of these cards is your absolute favorite from this release, and let me know which product bundle you can't wait to get your hands on. I would love to hear from you in the comments below. As always, I just want to say thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed these card projects, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notifications here so you don't miss any of the paper crafting and card making video tutorials I share, along with my live stream crafting sessions, Carissa Crafts Live. If you're looking for any of these products, I will have them linked in the YouTube description below, so be sure you check there. Thanks in advance for using my links. Thanks for joining me today, and until next time, I hope you have a fabulous day.